Okay, welcome to this quick upgrade of this card. Whether it's an upgrade or not, I don't really know. But we're going to try some of the holographic glitter here on here. This one is the fluorescent orange, and I think that would be the one to utilize on this piece. This piece was already stamped out on a printable holographic vinyl sticker paper. Okay, and this one's the starry holographic. And I've applied a lot of the acrylic paint pens on here. Okay, it looks like the 2 and 3 millimeter ones as well as maybe, no, just the 2 and 3 millimeter ones, not the point .7. Okay, they're like these types. And those are the pens that I figured were bringing out a lot of dimension in the imagery because it's acrylic paint pens are fairly opaque. They're not as opaque as I'd want them to be, but they're pretty opaque in comparison to, let's say, dye-based ink markers or alcohol markers or something like that that are completely transparent. Okay, so these glitters have been pretty interesting to use for me. I didn't imagine myself using glitter for a long time, but I've come to really like them over the last, I don't know, week or two or something like that of using them. I need to experiment with some different types of glitter though. Um, I'm finding that a lot of it that's on the market right now seems to be the holographic type, okay? And I like that. I think it's really cool, but I do think that having some kind of slightly more, oh, I don't know what you would describe it, dedicated colors, okay, would be a good option, and maybe not some that's varied in size. Although, I don't know, the size variation is pretty cool on these, but I'm finding that most of these glitters that are on sale, that I can see at least, okay, I haven't checked on to like, glitter.com if there's a site or something like that, that probably has a lot of different options, but a lot of them seem to be sold in this holographic style, okay, and the hexagonal shapes and varied shapes. Okay, there's like the really tiny ones that are like the size of powder, and then there's like I don't know, it's like a 1.5, 2 millimeter hexagon shape. And one of the things that you see, this is orange here, okay, but you can see the colors of it right up here. It's like blue purple, but down here it looks kind of gold. Okay, and that's that holographic aspect of it. So if I'm doing fall foliage or something like that, and I want, I don't know, reds and oranges kind of exclusively on there, the colors of I don't know, whatever the trees I'm using. If it's aspens, I want golds. I might not necessarily want them to flash blue or something like that, which, the holographic types of media have just about all the different colors of the rainbow in them. Okay, it might be predominantly orange like that, but you can see the different light hitting this here. It's like the completely opposite end of the spectrum, like temperature spectrum. Okay, when I might want just that. Okay, so anyways, I need to look around and see some other options. Okay, so I've just applied that really sparsely, like little glue dots. I was using a little bit too much before because one of the things I tend to notice is that on one little drop of glue, that glitter kind of clumps somewhat. Okay. I'm out of focus here. That was a little bit too much. Turning off here. I don't know if it's the software or if it's my camera. I think it's the software that I'm using for these pieces. My camera has a hard time hunting close up, so let's see if we can get in here decently. Okay, but I don't know if you can tell, but see, that's like a cluster of glitter right there. Just about everywhere. Let me see if I've captured like one speck of the larger one anywhere. There's like, I don't know, out of maybe about I don't know, 15 little dots of glue that I laid down. There's one that seems to have captured one of the larger hexagonal pieces. There's other ones that have captured several of the kind of dust size ones. But other ones, there might be some of those really tiny pieces and a hexagonal. And I was specifically trying to make like a smaller little dab of glue before doing this, but I don't. It's really varied on here. Okay, so I've laid down some like on my rocks, like some tree, leaves have fallen off, and also in the water down here, you can see those really subtle kind of flashes right down in there. But I do think that really adds in into the pieces a decent amount of dimension. I mean, it's dimension, it's contrast. See that yellow right there is fairly light. It's like I don't know, it's like a canary yellow or something like that. That's those colors right down in here. And I felt that it brings out the image closer to us visually like that, but this little bit of glitter in here really pops the object out in space as you would. I mean, it's still two-dimensional. It's a little bit three-dimensional now with the glitter, kind of raised from that glue. But for the most part, this is still flat. All those glitter pieces are flat. But from a visual standpoint, I think there's just so much more dimension and kind of interest in these areas. And if we can, I don't know. I'm not going to be using glitter on every single scene from now on, but it does bring in, a decent amount of, I don't know, kind of visual interest into those areas by just having that kind of such a strong reflected light on the object, which exists in nature. You see any type of thing and you see these little highlights on there, these little flashy reflective areas like that. I don't know, on my nails. You can see on kind of my knuckles here, it's a little bit lighter. Not glitter light, super reflective, but any type of kind of smoother surface, you'd see, that flash of kind of highlighting, like here on this black part, or, on the edge of this container right here. That's that kind of real reflective light that, we're trying to inject into scenes most of the times, like with a white paint pen or something like that. But it's a little bit more extreme when you have something so reflective and mirror-like as kind of foil glitter like this. So, I don't know. Pretty fun stuff to add into this piece. I thought this piece looked pretty good before, but I think this is just an extra little tweak to kind of bump it up one extra or, notches or two in terms of that visual interest. It was already kind of interactive with a starry holographic in the background, but now we have kind of that same type of kind of attention-getting flash in the objects now, which is good because on a piece of paper like this background is just so flashy, and as far as stamping goes, kind of an exotic type of surface to stamp on. But now you want to bring in that visual interest back into your objects as well, if possible. And that helps kind of pair it with the background in terms of strength and, again, visual interest. So anyways, hope you liked the piece, and thanks for watching.